I'm going to put this on YouTube again because it's going to probably be pretty long. But I had two really big musical realizations today. One was big and one was like just astronomically huge. And the first one was related to, I've obviously always wanted to play, like, for example, Lydian mode, like different modes like Lydian. I think the reason I like Lydian is like Flying in a Blue Dream. I love that song, the motion behind it, the uplifting feeling it's got. And like Terminal Frost, I think it's Terminal Frost off Pink Floyd Momentary Lapse of Reason. The instrumental on Momentary Lapse of Reason uses Lydian, and it's also got that that uplifting sort of feeling going on. And I've always wanted to try and create music like that. And one thing I noticed yesterday when we were playing different modes with Russell is when we did the Lydian, Russ kind of seemed pretty comfortable and just like, yeah, okay, I know this one. Almost, yeah, basically like that, yeah. But when he went to the Locrian one, you could see him go, oh, like he's going, oh, you could see him like really realizing he's playing a different, oh, I see, this is a different mode, I can hear it, yeah, right. And I think the reason for that is because I've just realised that Russ has probably played Lydian every single jam session, because the go-to, if you're in a blues band, the go-to thing to play is 12-bar blues. And just like that in rock, one of the most common go-to progressions is E minor, C major. And whenever you are soloing in E minor and the bass changes to C, you're actually now in C Lydian. You're soloing in C Lydian. So Pigs, Pink Floyd Pigs, when you're playing Pink Floyd Pigs, when you're soloing and the bass is on E, you're in E minor, but when it's on C, technically speaking, you're now in C Lydian. So Russ has played C Lydian every single jam session without me even really realising it. So, and the other funny thing is that Flying in a Blue Dream, the song, is in the key of C. So it's almost, if you think about it, Flying in a Blue Dream is like Pigs, except they're stuck on the C chord, which I found that really interesting. It's amazing. It just shows you the power of modes. Like Pigs and Flying in a Blue Dream sound like two different songs, but they're in exactly the same key. It's just that Pigs, you're hanging around on the E more, and Flying in a Blue Dream, you're hanging around on the C. So I found that really interesting, the fact that Russ has actually played Lydian forever, and we just haven't really realised it. The other thing, which was even bigger, is something that I realised. I've really been searching for this my whole life, and I didn't realise there was a musical theory for it, and there is, and I found it today. I don't know why I haven't found it sooner. It's called medians. Chromatic median and something else median. There's median, chromatic median, and something, I don't know, median. It's called medians. And what it is when you play chords, two chords that are related, there's a whole theory behind it. It's not very complex, but there's a theory behind it. And it's when you play two chords and they're related, but they're not that related. When you play in the one key, you can only express yourself so much. Like, if you're playing a C major chord, when you go to play that E minor chord, it's not necessarily that sad, because it's so related to C major that it's not that much of a difference. There's not much of a difference there. But I did find that, and I know songs in my head, I know the type of songs I've been trying to look for. And today when I was learning about this median thing, all these examples came up, and I'm like, this is what I've been looking for. And it's when the chords are, the only way I can explain is the chords are very expressive. If you think about, I don't know if you've heard Cygnus by Rush, but invisible to telescopic eye, infinity, the star that would not die. Da, 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 da. Those really weird chords. Now they're kind of related, but they're very different from each other. It creates a lot of tension. And another like really good examples would be the happy start of somewhere over the rainbow, and then it goes sad. Like But it's really sad because they're using this median theory, and the minor chord isn't in the same key as the first chord. So there's a big transition from the happy chord to the sad chord. Another really obvious example is Happy Introduction. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. And it goes into that sad minor chord. Or another Beatles one, that here dating each day of the year. That how it's got that really expressive chords, these chords, and you can tell they're not in the same key, and they're really expressive, and I've always wondered, how are they doing this? How's Rush, and how are the Beatles, and how are these old jazz pop songs so emotional and got so much, how are the chords so expressive and so emotional? And I realised there's a theory behind it, and it's this median thing. So I'm going to try and learn more about this, because it was that blew my head off when I was learning about that, because I was like, I've been looking for this stuff since I was a teenager, and I didn't realise it. Why didn't I know this sooner?